Yo, what's up, my ninjas? What's up, Benjamin? How's it going? Hey, Losh, how you doing? Glad you could join. What's up, Wing Chun? Glad you're here. Hey, Casey, how are you doing? It's hot today. Super hot. Like 80 degrees. All right. Shall we do the Wordle? Doing well, but gassy. Good to know. Are you taking medicine for that? All right. Do 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 do. Do. Okay. All right. How quick today? Like 1 minute? Let's do it. Hey. Okay. All right. Shuck. I think. Shucking. Okay, okay. Shoot. 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 Shun. Shung. Shud. Shudder. Shuff. Like shuffle? Shush. Shush. Hush. Shush. I don't want to try that. Feels like a waste. Shunt. Shung. Shug. Shung. Shudder. Shuv. Shoes. Shun. Shub. Shuv. Shug. Shoo. Shuli. Shun. Is it shush? There must be other words. Shug. Shuggy. Shuffy. Shooty. Shh. All I can think of is shush. Shun. Shush. Oh, but if I try shush, it might be a waste. Shug. Shoo. Shush. 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 Hush. Oh, let's do it. Oh, it is. Okay. All right. All right. What's up, Nikki? How's it going? What's up, rude noise? It was shush all along. Wait, why is it like purple? All right. We got Torpedo, Bat Coast Level, Cape Baton Plateau, Hoagie. Wait, what's a hoagie? Settle, Cruise, Cigar, Castle, Float, Flatten, Fang, Drift. I think we got Float, we got Drift, we got Coast. And what else? Cruise, I think. Yes. Glide. All right. We got Settle, we got Level, Flatten, and Plateau. Oh my god. I'm on a roll. Cape, Torpedo, Cast, Baton, Cigar. All right, I've slowed down. I've plateaued. I've settled down. Castle. Cigar. Fang. Cape. 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 Is it like a... Is it like Batman? Cape. Bat. He has a castle. Well, not really. He has a mansion. He doesn't smoke cigars. He doesn't have a pet named Fang. Never mind. Baton. A bat. A baton. A cigar. And a torpedo. Like a cylinder thing, I think. No! Oh, one away. So it's not a cylinder thing, it's something else. A bat, a baton, torpedo, a cigar. Oof. It's not a cylinder. What? What is it? A bat, you can hit something with a bat. You can hit something with a baton. Hit something with a torpedo. You can't hit something with a cigar. I'm gonna try hoagie, okay? No! One away. You can bat, hit, blow up, attack. Oh, attack. You can attack something with a bat, a baton, a torpedo, and what? A castle. Well, a castle can release troops to attack. A cape, you can't. I guess you can tie it around their necks. A fang, I guess. You can attack with a fang, right? I think a fang would be the. I think a fang would be the most likely. No! Wait. Oh, wait. So this was one away, and then this was one away. But then this is none. So these two must be in. Okay. Cigar hoagie. I think torpedo. Oh god, it's my last guess. Ugh. Bat, baton, cigar, hoagie. Bat, baton, cigar, hoagie. What is a hoagie? Alright. No! Fuck. Oh, Dracula. God damn it. Wait! Long and cylindrical. No! Oh, bat. So maybe, oh, is a bat not cylindrical? It's like kind of big on one side. Ah, fuck. I had the topic right. I had the category right. No. Sup, AJ? How you doing? Hey, Psyduck. I have an extreme misunderstanding of what a hoagie is. What the hell is a hoagie? Hoagie. Oh, is that what it is? If I lose a game, I sing a song. No! I lose games left and right. What's up, Bayek? How you doing? Man, the hoagie sounds pretty good right about now. Yum. Oh, look at that. Look at that delicious. Oof. Oh my god. think I'm just hungry. Just another word for a sub. Sing about it. Just another word for a sub. All right, submantle. All right, let's do it. Hoagie. Sub. Sandwich. Fight. Eat. Food. Hungry. Heat. Hot. The restaurant. I have to sing a children's nursery rhyme. Oh, I can do that. Remix that. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Nutrient. Food. Waste. Waste. Toilet. Pipes. Plumber. Light. Mic. Diet. Battle. War. Food. Eat. Oh, I did that. Chef. Abundance. Computer. Mouse. Oh, computer. Technology. Ration. Drink. Technology, eh? Tech. What about laptop? What about device? Apple. Technology. How about progress? Innovation. Feed. Phone. Tech. High. Printer. Pronter. Technology. Medical. Kind of technology. Engineering. Advancement. Forward. Move. Design. Create. How about invent? Inventions. Invent. Produce. Knowledge. Technology, we tried. No. Provide. How about job? Career. Oof. Money. Oh. Cash. Bills. Transaction. Oh. Transfer. Currency. Salary. Wage. Investment. Whoa, stock. Security. Interest. Growth. Growth. Portfolio. How's everyone's portfolio these days? Mine, not so good. Income. Oh! Income. Funds. Embezzle. Fund. Saving. Checking. Close. Gross. Product. Net. Worth. Income, eh? Earning. Return. The estate. Earnings. Income. Okay. It's earnings. How much you make. Earnings. Income. What's another word for that? Capital. Economy. Worth. We tried. I got a salary. I got an income. I get some earnings. Buy. Got a sale. Pay. Stub. Got a check. Tax. Return. Refund. Deposit. Withdrawal. Earnings. Earnings. Allowance. Earnings. Earn. Earn. Get. Reach. Amount. Worth. Gain. Gains. Like capital gain. Profit. Profit. Obviously. Good job, Casey. Yes. How fast was that? That was like super fast. All right. You know, I've been a bad student. I haven't studied this week. So I must have forgotten everything. All right. We reached everything, right? We got the wall. All right. Now we got these. You'll say it's been an hour? That was not an hour. It's 6:18, 6:19 now. We started at 6. Learn the word for study. Study. Gambare? Ha. It was between a minute and an hour. Gotcha. It's been 3 hours? No, Psyduck. Don't discourage me. All right. This is a dakuteng or a hong dakuteng. And it looks like a quote. All right. So we have this with the 2 marks. It's ga, za, da, ba, pa. Oof. So K turns into a G. Okay. So instead of ka is ga. Instead of ki is gi. Instead of ku is gu. Ge, go. Okay. It's pretty easy. K turns into a G. Ka, ga, ka, ga. Like it's a vibrating throat sound. Ga. And S turns into a Z. Okay. Za. Oh, fuck. But then she turns into G. And then Su turns into Zu. Okay, so it's Za, Ji, Zu, Ze, Zo.
Ji.
What does she sound like that?
Ji, Za, Z, Ji.
Ji. Za, Ji, Zu, Ze, Zo. All right. T turns into a D. No, wait. Yeah, T turns into a D. Ta turns into da. Chi turns into Z. No.
Da, Ji, Ji.
I think G, this G sounds the same as this G.
Ji.
It's the same thing.
Ji.
G. If I'm typing right, do. Te turns into de. Do. And
Z.
Zu. Oh God. It's too much.
Z.
All right. H has 2. There's the ba or pa. Okay. Ba, pa.
Ba, pa.
B, p. Bu, pu. Bepe. Bopo. Easy. All right. Let's do it. It's going to be slow though. All dakuteng. Okay, let's try it. I gotta do conversion. To is do, right? Okay. Tsu is zu, right? Bitch. Do. Oh, they want me to write D. Ki should be gi. Tsu should be zu. This is pa. This is gu. Shi is zi, ji, ji. Ta is da. Ka is ga. This is po. Go. Za. De. This would be a wait. Ha. Ga. Wait. Ha is what? Ha. Wait. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Ha. Ba. Fu would be poo. Oh, look. Hey, it looks like a dude. Hey. Looks like this is his head. This is his arms and his legs. It's a running dude. Oh my god. I don't know what to do with that information, but that's what it looks like. Bet. This is bo. This is P. Ga. No. Ke. Ge. No. Se. Ze. Ki. Bi. I said bi. Pe. So. Zo. Ke. Ge. Fu. Bu. And chi is. Wait, what is it? D? They want me to write D or G? Okay. Ah! Oh boy. That was slow. Let's do it. Am I gonna get any faster? I don't know. Boo. Bo. De. Go. Fuck me. Gu. Gi. Ze. Ba. Ga. Za. Pi. Do. Pu. Pa. Pa. Tsu is zu. Du. Ki is bi. Oh god. Pe. Go. Ge. Be. Chi would be the one with the right D, right? Su is zu. Shi is ji. Da. Po pa po. And zo. Ha ha ha. Wait until I see G. This is G, right? It's like a J, but backwards. All right, it's a little bit faster. Do this. Oh, so slow. I'm doing the conversion twice. All right. Go. Bitch. Bo. Ba. Do. D. Tsu is do. So. Zo. Zo. Ta. Da. さ、ざ、じ、ず、ぱ、ぽ、の、ぷ、ぎ、が、げ、で、ぺ、く、ぐ、び、げ、no, ご、べ、ぴ、ぜ、ふ、wait, ふ、ぶ, right? ふ, bu. And this is po. Ah! Okay, this is too hard. All right. Two more times. All right. Go. De. Ba. Du. Gi. Ge. Be. He is bi. Ze. Pi. Za. Zo. Pu. Ze. No! Zu. Ga. No. Wait. Pe. Pe. Fu. Bu. Ke. Ge. No. Gu. Ji. Po. Ho. Bo. Do. Da. This is D. And this is Pa. Ha ha ha. Everyone I get wrong is two songs? Oh god. Alright, one more time. This is it. This is gonna be 100%, okay? P. Gu. Gu, right? This is ko. Go. Ji. Ge. Bitch! Be. Ba. Zu. Gi. Di. Bi. Ze. Za. Pa. Pe. Zo. Po. Ge. Ga. Pu. Do. Da. Bo. De. Is it boo? And do. One wrong. All right. No, one more time. 100% this time. Okay. 100%. Do. To. To is do. Ga. Be. Bo. Zo. Bi. Ga. No! No! Ni. Gi. Ni. Wait. What is this? Mine is blanking. What is this? Is ni. 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 Gi. Gi. Ni. Wait. The fuck is it? Da. Ta. Oh, is that ta? How's that ta? Da. All right. Fu. I'm losing my mind here. Fu. Bu. Go. Zu. Gi. Ze. to, pu, ji. Ba. This is di, de, pe, ge, za, gu, pa, pi. No, 100%. Gonna do it. Do. All right, motherfucker. This is pe. No, pi. This is ga. Bitch. All right, do it again. All right, this is pi. This is da. Ze. This is G, so G. You son of a bitch. D. All right. Do it again. I'm going to get 100, even if it takes me the whole week. All right. B. This is pa. This is ba. Ga. Ge. Pe. Ze. Do. Gi. They wanted this to be a D, right? Zo. Zu. Pu. Da. Po. Go. Pi. Be. Be. Ji. Bo. De. Do. I want this to be do, right? Za. Gu. And boo. Right? Boo. Boo. Ah! Yes. The thing that got you is how ha, fu, hi, he, ho has two different ones. Oh, God. All right. Not going to lie. That was hard. That was hard. How do I do this? Maybe I just need to really learn the non-Hakuten ones. Dakuten. I just need to be really familiar with the non-Dakuten ones. And then I'll be able to recognize it faster. Or just remember K. K to G. Ka. Ga. Sa. Za. Ta. Da. Ta. Da. Ta. Da. Ba. Pa. Ba. Pa. Ba. Pa. All right. All right, enough of this shit. All right. We have this. What is this? All right, what is this? You stupid font. Oh God, it's too much. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. It has katakana. All right. To, so. No, not so. To. Who gives a fuck? Don't care. All right, what is this? You memorize it by writing words in hiragana? It wasn't easy? Gotcha. Oh. Ooh, smells buttery. Torokeru? Torokeru. Buttery, baby. Oh! I show it again. You know what it is? It's buttery Cheetos. I think. Oh my god. I'm so... It's Cheetos. Buttery Cheetos. I think. Or it's just Cheetos. Mmm. Mmm. Buttered Cheetos. Oh, I already love Cheetos. Oh, wait, it's not butter. It's cheese. A million cheeses. It's Gouda, Camembert, mozzarella, cheddar. Oh. Oh. And butter too, I think. No, just cheese. Quattro cheese. Is that how you say cheese? Cheese. Cheese. Mm. Oh my god. Alright, this is like a 9.1. Has a little bit of sweetness in it. I'm not a big fan of. Mmm. Oh god. That's really good. Cheese is cheese. Yeah, that's right. That's what it is. All right. Next, we got whatever this is. What could this be? Ah! I'm too tired from that test. All right. It says hachi mi tsu hashimitsu. Hachimitsu shi yo shio shio u yu. Shio u yu. Yeah, read that shit. Oh. Honey something. All right. Ah, no. Ugh. Yep, it is a rice cracker. Senbei it is. All right, is it gonna be? That's too much. It's gonna taste like any other senbei. Yeah, tastes like senbei to me. All their rice crackers taste the same. I mean, not bad. A little sweet, a little soy saucy. All right, not bad. 8 out of 10. What's up, Malik? How's it going? Okay, one more. Ooh, what's this? Some kind of cake. Senbei. Uh-huh. It feels kind of fluffy. It's not bad. Yeah, yum. What are these dark spots? Is it mold? I think it is. All right, let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Kind of like floral smell. You don't want to read the hiragana? I hate hiragana. I'm done with hiragana for today. Whoa. Mm. Mm. All right. That would be another 8 out of 10. It's not bad. Not bad. But what's good? Oh my god. This is so good. I'm finishing this today. Oh, maybe not. Oh, I haven't had Cheetos in a long time. This just hits the spot. If I don't practice, I'll never improve. You are correct, ma'am. All right. It's easy after handwriting all the hiragana letters. Gotcha. Maybe I need to handwrite them. What's up, Christina? How's it going? You missed me struggling with hiragana. All right. So what happened last week? Last week, if you remember, Huang Rong and Guo Jing, they're going up the mountain to meet the Southern Emperor, and they already passed 3 out of 4 of his guardians, and they meet the 4th guardian, okay, who is the scholar. And now Huang Rong is smart, and she grew up with her father, who's really into scholarly stuff. So she answers the scholar's riddles pretty well, okay? And he's like, shit, now I gotta let them pass. He lets them pass. They meet the monk Yideng, who is the Southern Emperor, okay? He's taking the tonsure. And he's really nice. And they show him a drawing from one of the pouches that Yinggu lady gave them. And he says that drawing was made from Ouyang Feng. I forgot what the drawing was about. It was some kind of Buddhist drawing. The drawing was made from Ouyang Feng. Okay. Now, what is the significance of that? Anyways, he agrees to heal Huang Rong, but his guardians, they look kind of mad at Huang Rong and Guo Jing. We're not sure what's going on. And during the healing ritual, the guardians try to intervene, but Guo Jing holds them off. And So he finishes the healing ritual. Okay, Hongrong is saved. Yay! But then afterwards, the monk is kind of weak. The monk tells them to not reveal this encounter with anyone, not even their master, Hong Jigong. And that's where we left off. How's that? Oh, Yang Feng wants him to sacrifice himself to save others. What was the picture? I forgot. All right, so it looks like this monk is going to die. Right, by healing Hongrong, he has signed his death warrant. The picture was a guy cutting himself? Nah. Oh, yeah. Doop, doop, doop. This is chapter 30, part 2. Picture of the person cutting his flesh to feed the eagle, so it doesn't eat the pigeon. Gotcha. Yeah, would you guys do that? Hongrong thought, silly guy. So this is so he just treated her, and he says, we're planning to move soon. Okay. You'd eat them both. So you eat the pigeon and the person? That's kind of weird. All right. Hongrong thought, silly guy, they're moving because we discovered their location. How could he possibly tell you? Because Guojing asked, where are you guys moving to? She felt even more apologetic. The master and disciples had worked so hard to build a refuge there, yet now had to abandon it, all because of her. No wonder the 4 disciples had tried so hard to keep them out. She glanced at them, wanting to say something to make amends. Suddenly, Yidong's expression changed. His body trembled, then collapsed. Oh no, he died so quick. The 4 disciples and Jingrong were shocked. And Jingrong? You mean Hongrong? Were shocked and rushed forward to support him. His face twitched in pain, and he struggled to endure. All 6 people stood silently in anxious silence. Oh yeah, did they? Is that what they did? After the time... Is this Mojo Jojo back? After the time of a cup of tea passed, Yidong finally... Okay, the AI is having like a conniption or something. It's having a bad day. What's going on? Or maybe the original is like Guojing and Hongrong, and it's written together like that. Okay, I think that makes sense. After the time of a cup of tea passed, Yidong finally smiled faintly and asked Hongrong, Child, Child, did your father personally make this 9-flower jade dew pill? Hongrong replied, No, my senior brother Lu Changfeng made them using father's secret formula. Yidong asked, Did your father ever mention that taking too many might be harmful? Hongrong was shocked. Could there be something wrong with the pills? She said, My father always said the more the better, only that it's hard to make, so he didn't take many himself. Yidong bowed his head and pondered for a moment, then said, "Your father is a cunning and brilliant man. No one can guess his mind. Could it be he gave Lu Changfeng a false formula to punish him? Or perhaps your senior brother holds a grudge and mixed a few poisoned pills into the batch?" Oh no. I was like, he wasn't going to die. But he just drank these poison pills? Oh shit. Everyone gasped at the word poison. The scholar cried out, "Master, are you poisoned?" Yidong smiled calmly. "Fortunately, your martial uncle is here. No matter how strong the poison, it won't kill me." Okay. So he wasn't going to die, and his disciples were mad just because they were moving, because they discovered their location. Okay, sure, I'll buy that. But now he's going to die. The four disciples could no longer restrain their fury. One of them shouted at Hong Rong, "Our master showed kindness in saving your life. How dare you poison him?" The four of them quickly surrounded Jing and Rong, ready to strike. The attack came so suddenly that Guo Jing was completely at a loss. But as soon as Hong Rong heard Yidong's first question, she realized that the problem lay with the 9-flower jade dew pills. In a flash, she mentally traced back every moment since she'd received the pills at Cloud Manor. When she recalled how Yinggu had taken the pills to a separate room in the marsh hut and only returned after a long while, everything suddenly became clear. Oh shit. She cried out, "Uncle, I know now. It was Yinggu." Yidong said, "Yinggu again?" Hong Rong immediately recounted what had happened in the marsh hut, adding, "She warned me not to take the pills again. It must be because she swapped in look-alike poison pills." The farmer snapped harshly. "Humph! How kind of her to keep you from dying." Hong Rong's heart ached to see Yidong had ingested poison because of her. She no longer had the heart to argue and said softly, It wasn't to protect me. It was to make sure I didn't poison Uncle by accident." Yidong only sighed. Karma. His expression softened again. He said to Jing and Rong, "This calamity was fated for me. It has nothing to do with you two. Even Yinggu only seeks to resolve past karma. Go rest for a few days and make your way down the mountain. Though I've been poisoned, my junior brother is an expert in detoxification. No need to worry." He closed his eyes and fell silent. Oh, man. He's gonna die, right? He can't survive. Wait, I don't get this. It was to make sure I didn't poison Uncle by accident. No, but Yinggu wanted to poison him, right? She just didn't want to poison Hong Rong by accident. Oh, this is supposed to be that I did to make sure that I did poison Uncle. Wait, to make sure that I poisoned Uncle by accident. That makes more sense. Maybe he inherited Duan Yu's poison resistance. No. Well, his future is not that bright at the moment. Guo Jing and Hong Rong bowed deeply. Yidong smiled kindly and waved lightly with his hand. The two did not dare linger and slowly made their way out. A young monk was waiting outside and led them to a small room in the rear courtyard. The room was sparsely furnished, containing two bamboo cots and a bamboo table. Before long, two elderly monks brought in a vegetarian meal. One said, "Please eat." Hongrong, anxious about Yidong's condition, asked, "Is the master feeling any better?" One of the monks answered in a shrill voice, "This humble monk does not know." He bowed and left. Guojing said, "They sound like women." Hongrong replied, "They're eunuchs, probably once served Emperor Duan." Guojing let out an "ah." The two, preoccupied with concern, couldn't bring themselves to eat. The monastery was completely silent. Only the soft rustle of bamboo leaves stirred in the wind. After a long while, Guojing said, "Ronger, Master Yidong's martial arts are truly profound." Hongrong responded. Guojing continued, "Our master, your father, Brother Zhou, Ouyang Feng, Qiu Qianrun, these five may be powerful, but even they might not be a match for Master Yidong." Hongrong said, "Among those six, who do you think is the best in the world?" Guojing thought for a while and replied, "Each excels in different areas. It's hard to say who's truly superior. One may be stronger in this skill, another in that." Hongrong asked, "What if we're talking about someone who is well versed in both martial arts and scholarly arts?" Guojing answered, "That would have to be your father." Hongrong beamed proudly, but then sighed. "And that's what's strange." Guojing quickly asked, "What is strange?" She said, "Think about it. Master Yidong has such incredible skill, and his four disciples, fisherman, woodcutter, farmer, and scholar, are no mere amateurs. Why are they hiding in this remote mountain, acting like a visit from outsiders is the end of the world? Among the six great masters, only Western Poison and Iron Palm Chew might be his enemies, but with such reputations, would they stoop to join forces and cause him trouble?" Guojing said, "What's with the spacing here? It's kind of weird." Guojing said, "Ronger, even if Ouyang Feng and Qiu Qianrun came together to seek revenge, we wouldn't be afraid anymore." Hongrong asked, "Why not?" Guojing looked a little embarrassed. Hongrong teased, "Hey, what are you blushing about?" Guojing replied, "Master Yidong's martial arts are at least on par with Western Poison. I think his reverse point strike technique counters the toad style perfectly." Hongrong asked, "And what about Qiu Qianren? The four disciples couldn't beat him." Guojing nodded. "True, I fought him once on Junshen and again at Iron Palm Peak. I might be able to match him for 50 moves, but I probably couldn't last 100. But after watching Master Yidong treat your injuries using his point striking method..." Oh, he leveled up, guys. Hongrong exclaimed in delight. "You learned it? You can beat that rotten Iron Palm?" Guojing said, "You know I'm slow-witted. That technique is incredibly profound. I couldn't possibly master it right away. And Master didn't teach it to me, so I can't claim to have learned it. But after watching him, I finally understood more of what the 9-yin manual means. I may not be able to beat Iron Palm, but I think I could hold out a bit longer now." Hongrong sighed. "Hey, too bad you forgot something." Guojing asked, "What?" "Master Yidong's been poisoned. Who knows when he'll recover?" Guojing fell silent. After a while, he growled, "The wicked Yinggu." Suddenly, he cried, "Oh no!" Hongrong jumped. "What is it?" "You promised Yinggu you'd stay with her for a year after your recovery. Are you going to keep that promise?" Hongrong asked. "What do you think?" Guojing replied, "If not for her guidance, we wouldn't have found Master Yidong. Your injuries might have been fatal." She interrupted. "Why beat around the bush? Just say I would have died. You're an honorable man. Of course you'll insist I keep the promise." Thinking of Guo Jing's refusal to break off his engagement to Princess Hua Zheng, she lowered her head sadly. Give him an antidote? Yeah, do they have an antidote? Guo Jing was utterly clueless about such matters of the heart. Huang Rong's eyes were already brimming with tears, and he remained oblivious. He said, Yinggu said your father is 100 times more cunning than she is. Even if you taught her your father's arts, she still couldn't match him. So why would she still insist you accompany her for a year? Hong Rong turned away, hiding her face. Guo Jing still hadn't caught on. He asked again, and she snapped, You idiot! You don't understand anything! Guo Jing, bewildered by her sudden anger, could only say, Ronger, I am an idiot. That's why I'm asking you to explain. Hong Rong instantly regretted lashing out. Hearing his gentle tone, she couldn't hold back any longer and burst into tears, sobbing into his chest. Guo Jing was still confused and could only gently pat her back in comfort. Hong Rong wiped her tears with the hem of his robe and smiled. Jinggugu, it was my fault. I won't scold you again. Guo Jing said, I am a fool. What harm is there in saying so? She sighed. Hey, you're a good man. I'm a bad girl. Let me explain. Yinggu bears a grudge against my father. She wanted to master arts and martial skills to seek revenge on Peach Blossom Island. But later, she realized her intellect couldn't match mine, and her martial arts couldn't beat yours. Knowing revenge was hopeless, she tried to use me as bait to lure my father here. That way, she could spring a trap. Guo Jing slapped his thigh. Ah, that must be it. Then you can't keep the promise. Hong Rong said, Why not? Of course I'll keep it. Guo Jing was surprised. Huh? Yinggu is dangerous. Look at how she swapped the poison pills. That alone shows how treacherous she is. If we don't remove her, she'll always be a threat to my father. She wants me to accompany her, so I will. But now that I'm on guard, she won't catch me off guard again. No matter what schemes she hatches, I'll see through every one. Guo Jing sighed. That's like living with a tiger. True. This is the right way to react to your girlfriend's anger? No, the right way is to argue with her and have a fight. Hong Rong was about to respond when suddenly they heard startled cries from the main hall. The two looked at each other, held their breath, and listened, but the voices quickly stopped. Guo Jing said, I wonder how Master is doing. Hong Rong shook her head. Guo Jing added, Eat something and get some rest. She still shook her head. Suddenly, she whispered, Someone's coming. Indeed, footsteps approached from the front yard. Someone barked angrily. That little girl is full of tricks. Let's kill her first. It was the farmer. Oh no. Jing and Rong were shocked. Then came the woodcutter's voice. Don't be rash. Let's ask first. The farmer retorted. Ask what? These two brats were clearly sent by Master's enemies. Kill one and keep the other. We'll question that dumb kid. As they spoke, the four disciples arrived outside the door. They had blocked the only exit, and clearly didn't care if Jing and Rong overheard them. You disagree with me? Probably right. Without hesitation, Guo Jing used Regret of Soaring Dragon, slamming his palm into the rear wall. With a loud crash, half the mud wall collapsed. He grabbed Hong Rong, leapt through the opening, but as they flew through the air, the farmer lunged, trying to grab Guo Jing's leg. Hong Rong flicked her left hand towards the Yangqi acupoint on his wrist. Though still weak from her injury, this orchid brushing acupoint technique was a family secret, graceful, accurate, and refined. The farmer, well versed in point strikes, was startled. He hastily withdrew his hand to block her. Though she missed, it delayed him just enough for Guo Jing to escape with her through the breach. But after just a few steps, Guo Jing groaned. The back of the monastery was overgrown with man-high brambles, dense, thorny, and utterly impassable. He turned around and saw the four disciples standing in a row, blocking the way. Guo Jing said loudly, Your master ordered us to go down the mountain. You all heard it. Why disobey him and stop us? The fisherman glared with thunder in his voice. Our master, out of mercy, was willing to risk his life to save her. And you... Jing and Rong cried out in shock. Risk his life? The fisherman and farmer both spat in disgust. The scholar sneered. Our master saved her at the risk of his own life. And you didn't know? Jing and Rong said together, We truly didn't know. Please explain it to us. The scholar looked at the two and saw their faces were earnest, not appearing deceitful. He glanced at the woodcutter, who nodded slightly. The scholar then said, The girl suffered a grave internal injury. She could only be saved by using the Yi-Yang finger technique, combined with Xiantian internal energy, to open and unblock the major acupoints of the 8 extraordinary meridians. Since the passing of the Chenzhen sex's founder, Master Chongyang, only my master now possesses mastery of both the Yi-Yang finger and the Xiantian gong. However, using these techniques to heal others causes the practitioner to lose all martial arts for 5 years. Oh, I see. Huang Rong gasped and felt a mix of awe and shame. The scholar continued, During those 5 years, one must undergo ceaseless, rigorous cultivation day and night. Even a small misstep could lead to permanent loss of martial arts, or worse, death. With my master treating you at such cost, how could you turn around and betray him? Hong Rong struggled to her feet and bowed 4 times in the direction of Master Yi Deng's meditation chamber. Her voice choked with emotion. Uncle, I had no idea the debt I owe you was so profound. Seeing her offer formal bows, the 4 disciples' expressions softened slightly. The fisherman asked, Was it your father who sent you to trick our master? Did you not know it yourself? Hong Rong flared up. How can my father possibly send me to scheme against Uncle? As the Lord of Peach Blossom Island, what sort of person do you think he is? How could he stoop to such despicable tricks? The fisherman clasped his hands and said, If the lady wasn't acting on her father's orders, then my earlier words were an offense. I beg your pardon. Hong Rong snapped. If my father had heard you, even if you're a disciple of Master Yi Deng, you'd be in for a rough time. His fingers saved her? Certainly did. The fisherman gave a faint smile and said, Your father is called the Eastern Heretic. His behavior, well, we thought that if the Western poison could do such things, your father might too. But now it seems we were wrong to think that. Hong Rong replied, How can my father be compared to Western poison? What vile deeds has that old scoundrel Ouyang Feng done now? The scholar said, Very well, let's lay everything out in the open. We'll talk in the room. All right, what did Ouyang Feng do? The 6 of them returned to the meditation hall and took seats. The 4 disciples sat in positions that, deliberately or not, blocked the exits. Hong Rong noticed this was to prevent their escape, but merely smiled slightly and said nothing. The scholar began, Do you know of the 9 Yin manual? Do we? Hong Rong said, Of course. Don't tell me this all has to do with that again. The book has truly brought misfortune to so many. She couldn't help but think of how her mother died trying to transcribe the manual from memory. The scholar said, The first Huashan tournament was held to contend for the manual. The founder of Chenzhen, Master Chongyang, was the strongest martial artist at the time, and the manual ultimately went to him. The other 4 masters accepted this willingly. At the tournament, each showcased their unique skills. Master Chongyang was especially impressed with my master's Yi Yang finger technique. The following year, he and his junior brother traveled to Dali to exchange techniques with my master. Zhou Botong comes into the story. Is my theory right? Zhou Botong and Yinggu were an item. The scholar replied, "Yes, you're young, but..." Wait, sorry. Hongrong interjected, "His junior brother? That must have been old urchin Zhou Botong." The scholar replied, "Yes, you're young, but you know a great many people." Hongrong said, "No need to flatter me." The scholar said, "Uncle Joe was indeed eccentric, but I didn't know people called him old urchin. At that time, my master had not yet become a monk." Hongrong said, "Ah, so he was still emperor then?" The scholar said, "Exactly. The Chenjin masters stayed at the palace for over 10 days. We 4 disciples served at their side. My master shared with Master Chongyang all the essentials of the Yi Yang finger technique. In return, Chongyang passed on his most powerful internal cultivation, Xian Tian Gong. They exchanged ideas while we listened, but our knowledge was shallow, so even though we heard everything, we couldn't grasp much." Both pairs exchanged techniques. Oh yeah. Hongrong asked, "And what about that old urchin? His skills aren't low." The scholar laughed. "Uncle Joe couldn't sit still. He wandered all around the palace, even into the empress and concubine's chambers. But since everyone knew he was a guest of the emperor, no one dared to stop him." Oh, he went into the empress and concubine's chambers? That old urchin. Both Hongrong and Guojing smiled. The scholar went on. "As Master Chongyang was about to leave, he said to my master, 'My old illness has flared up again. I doubt I have long to live. Luckily, Xian Tiangong has a successor now. Combined with your Yi Yang finger, there's someone who can check him. There's no fear of him running amok.' Only then did my master realize that Chongyang had come all this way mainly to pass on Xian Tiangong, to leave behind someone who could restrain Ouyang Feng. Since the 5 great masters, Eastern Heretic, Western Poison, Southern Emperor, Northern Beggar, and Central Divinity, were equals, he couldn't just outright say he came to teach. So he first requested to learn Yi Yang finger, then offered Xian Tiangong in exchange. Once my master understood this, he felt deep respect and earnestly began to cultivate. Master Chongyang passed away not long after, and never had the chance to master Yi Yang finger, nor did he teach it to anyone. Later, a tragedy struck in the kingdom of Dali, and my master, disillusioned with the world, became a monk." Hongrong thought, "He gave up the throne to become a monk. This must have been a great tragedy. Since no one's speaking of it, I'd better not ask." "Why? No. I want to know." She saw Guojing about to open his mouth. "Do it!" and quickly signaled to him with her eyes. Guojing said, "Oh," and closed his mouth. The scholar's expression darkened as he recalled the past. After a pause, he resumed. "Somehow, news of my master's success in cultivating Xian Tian Gong leaked out. One day this senior brother of mine," he pointed to the farmer, "was out gathering herbs in the western regions of Yunnan. There he was injured by the toad style." Hongrong said, that must have been the old poison master." The farmer growled, "Who else could it be? First, the young noble harassed me, saying the mountain belonged to him, and no one could gather herbs there. The mountain stretches for 1,000 miles. How could it belong to him? Clearly he was looking to provoke me. I tried to endure, just as master taught me, but he pushed further, demanding I kneel and kowtow 300 times. I couldn't take it anymore, and we fought. His martial arts were formidable, and we ended in a draw. Then Western Poison suddenly appeared, and without a word struck me with one palm, seriously injuring me. That boy then had me carried to the monastery where Master was staying. Hong Rong said, "Well, someone's already avenged you. That Ouyang brat is dead." The farmer snapped, "Dead? Who killed him?" "Why are you angry when someone else killed your enemy?" The farmer said, "I must take my own revenge." "Too bad you never got the chance." "Who killed him?" "Some other bad guy. He wasn't as skilled, but he used a trick to kill him." The scholar said, "Good riddance. Miss, do you know why Ouyang Feng injured my senior brother?" Hong Rong said, "That's not hard to guess. With his skill, he could have killed him with one blow, but instead he injured him and had him delivered to your master, clearly to force your master to expend his energy healing him. You said yourself that such a treatment drains 5 years of power. That way he'd be too weak to attend the next Huashan tournament." Alright. Good time for a break, guys. I like this story time. Alright. 5 minutes. I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Let's continue this trip down memory lane. The scholar sighed. "Hi, Miss, you're truly clever, but that's only half the reason. Western Poison is so cunning it's hard to imagine. After my master treated my senior brother, his strength hadn't yet returned. Ouyang Feng came to kill him in secret." Guojing interjected, "Master Yidong is so kind. How could he have made an enemy of Ouyang Feng?" The scholar replied, "Young man, that's not the right way to think. First, kind-hearted men and venomous villains are destined to clash. Second, Ouyang Feng doesn't need a reason to harm someone. Once he learned Xian Tiangong was the counter to his toad style, he did everything he could to eliminate my master." Guojing nodded repeatedly. "Did he succeed in harming him?" The scholar said, "When my master saw the state of my senior brother's injury, he instantly understood Ouyang Feng's plot. That very night we relocated. Fortunately, we escaped, but we knew Western Poison wouldn't give up, so we searched for a more secret place and eventually found this mountain. After recovering, we wanted to go to White Camel Mountain and confront him, but my master forbade us from seeking revenge. We finally lived in peace for years, until you two arrived. We thought that as disciples of the nine-fingered divine beggar, you couldn't mean harm, so we didn't stop you with all our might. Otherwise, even at the cost of our lives, we would never have let you through the monastery gates. But it turns out, while we held no malice, you came bearing poison." At this point, the scholar's brows drew together, and he slowly stood. With a flash, his long sword was drawn, glinting coldly in the light. The fisherman, woodcutter, and farmer stood as well, drawing their weapons and surrounding them from four corners. Hong Rong said, "When I came to ask the master to heal me, I truly had no idea it would cost him 5 years of strength. And those poisoned pills, someone else had swapped them. The master's grace is as vast as heaven and earth. Even if I had no conscience, how could I repay kindness with betrayal?" The fisherman shouted, "Then why, when my master was already weakened and poisoned, did you lure his enemies to the mountain?" Guojing and Hong Rong were both taken aback and exclaimed together, "We didn't!" The fisherman said, "Still denying it? The moment my master was poisoned, The jade bracelet from his enemy arrived at the foot of the mountain. If there hadn't been prior collusion, how could such a coincidence happen in this world? The jade bracelet. Hongrong asked, "What jade bracelet?" The fisherman shouted angrily, "Still pretending to be clueless!" He split his iron oars, sweeping one horizontally and thrusting the other straight forward, aiming at the two of them. He fights with oars. Pretty cool. Guojing had been sitting shoulder to shoulder with Hongrong on the meditation cushion. Seeing the oars coming, he leapt up and swept his right hand out, brushing aside the horizontal sweep, while his left hand followed to grab the oar blade and gave it a shake. This shake was infused with strength and internal energy, extremely forceful. The fisherman felt a jolt in his hands and could not resist letting go of the oar. Guojing turned and deflected the oar with a clang against the farmer's iron rake, sending sparks flying, then calmly returned the oar to the fisherman. The fisherman, startled, caught it by instinct, and with his right arm applied strength to strike again with the woodsman's axe. Guojing's palms surged forward, bringing with them a gust of energy that blasted toward their chests. The scholar, recognizing the ferocity of the 18 dragon-subduing palms, cried out, "Fall back!" Though the fishermen and woodsmen were top disciples of a great master and highly skilled, they had not used their full strength and had to hurriedly retreat. But then their bodies jerked to a stop. The pull of Guojing's palm force redirected their weapons and left them no choice but to release them and prioritize their safety. Guojing caught the iron oar and axe and gently tossed them back, calling out, "Please catch!" The scholar praised. "Such impressive skill!" He thrust his sword at Guojing's right flank. Guojing, seeing the move, was inwardly surprised and realized that among the 4 disciples of Master Yi Deng, this refined-looking scholar's martial arts were the most formidable. Not daring to be careless, he began spinning his palms swiftly, enveloping both himself and Hongrong within the radius of his palm force. His defense was like a mountain standing still, leaving no opening. As his palm movements expanded outward, the pressure forced the 4 opponents back toward the wall. Not only were they unable to attack, even defending became difficult. At this point, if Guojing were to press his palm force, someone among them would surely be injured. Man, Guojing is so good now. After a while, Guojing no longer increased the intensity of his palm force, but continued to match them evenly, blocking strong with strong, light with light, countering every move. He maintained a perfect balance of offense and defense. Then the scholar changed tactics. His sword began to hum and tremble, producing a prolonged ringing. He launched 6 strikes upward, 6 downward, 6 forward, 6 back, 6 left, and 6 right, totaling 36 thrusts. This was the famous 36 swords of Ailao Mountain in Yunnan, known for their overwhelming offense. Guojing's left hand blocked the fisherman, woodsman, and farmer's weapons, while his right hand moved to deflect the sword tip. Though the sword technique changed endlessly, he constantly forced his trajectory aside with palm force. Every sword passed close to his clothes, but never even touched a thread. When the final 36th sword came in, Guojing bent his right middle finger, held it under his thumb, and, seeing his moment, flicked it at the sword's flat with force. This was the flicking finger skill. Oh, he also has finger skills. A signature technique of Huang Yaoxi, who had used it to shoot stones at Mei Chaofeng in Guiyun Manor. Guojing had learned parts of it from observing his fight with the Chenjin 7. Though far less refined than Huang Yaoxi's own execution, Guojing's sheer strength made up for it. With a clang, the sword shook violently. The scholar's arm went numb, and he nearly dropped the weapon. Alarmed, he leapt back and shouted, "Stop!" The other 3 leapt back as well, but being already pressed to the wall, they had no room to retreat. One leapt out through the doorway, another up onto the broken wall. The woodsman slid his axe back into his belt and laughed. I told you these two meant no harm, but you never believed me. The scholar sheathed his sword and bowed to Guo Jing, saying, Thank you for your mercy, little brother. I'm most grateful. Guo Jing bowed in return, but was inwardly puzzled. We never meant harm. Why were they so disbelieving at first, and now convinced only after a fight? Hong Rong saw his expression and guessed his thoughts. She whispered in his ear, If you had truly meant harm, you'd have already injured them, and Master Yi Deng wouldn't be able to stop you now. Guo Jing realized this was true and nodded repeatedly. The farmer and fisherman returned to the temple. Hong Rong asked, But who exactly is Master Yi Deng's enemy, and what is this jade bracelet? The scholar said, It's not that I refuse to tell you, but we honestly don't know. We only know that my master's leaving the secular world had much to do with this person. Hong Rong was about to inquire further when the farmer suddenly jumped up and shouted, That was close! The fisherman asked, What? The farmer pointed to the scholar and said, My master's loss of strength due to healing was told plainly to these two. If they'd meant harm and we couldn't stop them, would our master still be alive? The woodsman said, The honored scholar here has great foresight. Even if he couldn't see that clearly, how could he have been the chancellor of Dali? He knew from the start that these two were friends, not enemies. The fight was partly to test their skill, partly to earn your trust. The scholar smiled faintly. The farmer and fisherman gave him a sideways glance, half admiring, half reproachful. Just then, footsteps sounded outside. A little monk entered and said with palms pressed together, Master asks the 4 senior brothers to escort our guests. Everyone rose. That's my unique voice. Guo Jing said, Since Master Yi Deng's adversary is arriving, how could we just leave? It's not that I overestimate myself, but I'd like to fight alongside you brothers to face this foe. The 4 disciples looked at each other, their faces lighting up with joy. The scholar said, Let me go ask Master. The 4 entered the inner chamber and didn't return for a long time. When they emerged, Guo Jing and Hong Rong could already guess the result from their expressions. As expected, the scholar said, My master thanks you, but he said each person's karma must be borne by themselves. Others must not interfere. What? Hong Rong said, Brother Jing, let's go speak to Master ourselves. The two went into the meditation chamber and found the wooden door tightly shut. Guo Jing knocked for a long time with no response. Though he could easily break the door down, how could he be so rude? The woodsman said quietly, My master will not see you again. The mountains are long, and rivers wide. Perhaps we'll meet again someday. Guo Jing, filled with gratitude for Yi Deng's kindness, felt a surge of emotion and said, Runger, when the master allows it or not, let's go down the mountain. If we find anyone plotting trouble, we'll beat him till he's down in the mud. Hong Rong said, Excellent idea. If his enemy's really that powerful and we die in the fight, we'll at least have repaid the master's kindness. Her voice was deliberately loud so that Yi Deng would hear. Just then, the wooden door creaked open. An elderly monk said in a shrill voice, Master invites you in. Guo Jing was overjoyed and entered with Hong Rong. Inside, Yi Deng and the Indian monk were still seated cross-legged on their meditation cushions. The two bowed to the floor. Looking up, they saw Yi Deng's face was now yellowed and drawn, a far cry from his former serene and radiant appearance. They felt both deeply moved and saddened, unable to speak. Yi Deng said to the 4 disciples outside, Come in, all of you. I have something to say. The four entered and bowed to their master and his junior brother. The Indian monk nodded slightly and lowered his gaze in thought, ignoring everyone else. Do we get to know what's up with this Indian monk? Master Yidong stared into the curling incense smoke and absent-mindedly toyed with a round ring of mutton fat jade in his hand. Hong Rong thought, that's clearly a woman's jade bracelet. Why would Master Yidong's enemies send it to him? What could it mean? After a long silence, Yidong sighed and said to Guojing and Hong Rong, I appreciate your good intentions, but if I don't speak now, someone on either side may suffer. Something I do not wish. Do you know who I used to be? Hong Rong said, Uncle was once the Prince of Dali, famed as the Southern Emperor. Who in the world doesn't know of your name? Yidong gave a faint smile. The prince is false, the monk is false, even the famed name is false, and you, little girl, are also false. Hong Rong didn't understand the Zen meaning and blinked her bright eyes at him in confusion. Yidong continued slowly. Since the founding of Dali by the sacred martial emperor Taizu in the Dingyo year, 23 years before Chao Kuan-ying's Yellow Robe Rebellion, the dynasty has passed down 7 emperors who became monks. My father, Emperor Jingzong, Zheng Kang, abdicated the throne and became a monk too. From Taizu to me, of 18 emperors, 7 have taken the tonsure. The 4 disciples, being from Dali, naturally knew this, but Guojing and Hong Rong found it exceedingly strange. Master Yidong gave up being emperor to become a monk. That's odd enough, but so many of his ancestors did the same. Is being a monk really better than being an emperor? You wonder if Duan Yu also became a monk? Yeah, did he? Master Yidong continued. The Duan clan of Dali rose to power through a fortuitous confluence of circumstances, ascending from humble border officials to occupy the imperial throne. Each generation of rulers has been well aware of its limitations, knowing we lacked the virtue and ability to bear such a great burden. Thus we ruled with constant trepidation, always afraid of overstepping our bounds. But being an emperor, eating without farming, wearing clothes without weaving, riding in carriages, dwelling in palaces, are not all of these comforts built upon the sweat and blood of the common people? So when old age came, we often felt remorse. Looking back on our lives, our merits to the people were few, while our wrongdoings were many. That's why so many of us relinquished the throne and took the tonsure, becoming monks. At this point he looked outside. Though there was a faint smile at the corner of his lips, sorrow was etched between his brows. The 6 listeners sat silently, not daring to interrupt. Master Yidong raised his left hand and slipped the jade bracelet into his index finger, spinning it a few times. He continued, But as for me, I didn't become a monk merely because of this remorse. The true reason, if told, traces back to the Huashan sword debate and the struggle over the 9-yin manual. That year, after the Tianjin sect's founder, Master Chongyang, obtained the scripture, he personally came to Dali the following year to visit me and taught me the art of Xiantian Gong. He stayed in my palace for half a month. We exchanged martial knowledge and had many agreeable conversations. But his junior, Zhou Botong, quickly grew bored in the palace and wandered about aimlessly. Within those 10-odd days, he ended up stirring up A major incident. Wait. Maybe an incident with one of the concubines or the empress? Maybe? He's been hanging around. He was hanging around the empress's chambers, right? And the concubines. That's why he now says that women are just trouble. Oh. Huang Rao thought to herself, if that old urchin didn't stir up trouble, now that would be strange. All right. That's it. What do you guys think of that chapter? I want to hear more about this major incident that freaking Jobo Tong made. Left on a cliffhanger. Yeah. Maybe that woman was Jobo Tong's girl. Yeah, maybe Yinggu was the empress. What if she were the empress? Was she? Yeah. Okay. She was the empress. Maybe a concubine, but I think her being the empress would be really cool. Yeah. I think we know what happened. It is a cliffhanger. Well, we'll find out next time. That was a good chapter. Guojing leveled up. Oh, shit. He's so good now. Yeah, he may be slow, but with martial arts, he seems to have a knack for it. All right, guys. No sake today. Yeah. Well, excuse me while I finish this freaking yellow Cheetos. It's so good. He's just lucky. All right. Well, thanks for joining. Hope you join next time for the ending of this story. All right, guys. I love you. I'll see you next time. Bye.